Hello, Cancer. This is your oracle reading for the month of August 2026. My name's Kathleen. I'm one of the spirit operators. If you're new here, I do things a little bit different. I get psychic impressions from the images on the cards, and I also interact with spirit. If you're not new here, thank you so much for returning. So the deck we're using this month is the Mystical Journey Oracle. Okay, so let's see what's in store for you. So the first card we have here is self-care. So make sure you're looking after your health. That splits up into 4 different categories, right? Your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. So try to work on balancing that. If you have neglected any of those areas, try to work on that more this month. Try to find ways that you can improve and enhance any area that you have neglected. So try to make an even balance as much as possible with those 4 aspects. And again, take time to rest and relax. I know there's a lot of pressure in the world. Go, 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 do, and don't really need to do that. It's best to take the time to have time for yourself. You know, go for a massage, go for a spa, get away for a weekend, whatever you have to do to take care of yourself. Even if it means, you know, have a nice relaxing bath every night, whatever it is that's going to help you feel better about yourself. And again, making sure you're looking after those 4 aspects of your health, okay? Okay, Spirit said to move on to the next card. Taking back your power. So yeah, this feels like you've been drained by others. They've been draining your energy. They have been probably upsetting you. Maybe even be taking advantage of you material-wise, perhaps money. They've been putting a lot of demands on you. And part of that self-care is not allowing people to cause harm. You know, you don't want them to harm you. If you're being harmed, it's more difficult for you to function and be someone who you can't give if there's nothing in the bank, right? Like if you have a piggy bank and it's empty, you know, someone's asking you for money, you can't give them any because you don't have any. And if they're making a lot of emotional or whatever demands on you, you can't give it if it's depleted. So you really need to focus on self-healing this month, whatever way you can do that. Also focus on those boundaries, right? Setting boundaries and really trying to maintain them and keep them. And you know, people are going to get upset if they're used to running all over you and now you're saying no, you can't. Yeah, they're going to get upset. Well, that's their problem. That's not your problem. They have to get used to it. And if they like running all over you, using you, taking advantage of you, and you put an end to it and you stick to it and make sure they can't do that, they'll just go somewhere else. All right? They really, you know, they will push and needle and try to get you to cave in. But as long as you can stand your ground and say, no, enough's enough, they'll just go somewhere else. If you cave in, then they're just going to keep treating you that way, okay? Because you're letting them. Okay. So the next card we have here is growth. So there's something here, actually, you're not allowing to grow. So it's coming through in this reading, all this darkness, and you know, it looks as though the hands are there trying to help this little plant grow. However, what's coming through in this reading is that this person's thumbs are pinching that plant off and stopping it from growing. And so that's what's coming through. This feels like your energy, that you are preventing something from happening. You're okay, you could be causing harm to someone. You may not realize it through your behaviors. That person, it feels stymied by you, that you're not letting them do what they want, get what they need. There's something here that you're pinching them off. You're not allowing them to be their own person type of thing. Maybe you see them as an extension of yourself, if this is your child by any chance, that you just see them as an extension to yourself, and you're not letting them be their own person, not allowing them to do what they need to do in their life. But there's something here that you're preventing, and you may not even be aware that you're doing it. You might not even be aware. But there's some, if it's not a person, there's some aspect in your life that you're preventing things from growing, from blooming, from prospering, from happening, because you're pinching it off sort of at the source. So if you're not sure what it is, that may be coming to light this month. It may let you know. It feels though some of you might even get like smacked upside the head by it, that it's going to be quite a surprise. I don't mean there's going to be violence involved, but just it's going to be a huge wake-up call, like, holy crap, I've been doing this. I can't believe I've been doing this. So if you can, to try to avoid that sort of shock that could come from this realization that you'll be gaining, or that will be presented to you, take a look around and see whom or what have you been preventing from growing, preventing from prospering. Who or what have you been sort of mistreating? And you really need to adjust those behaviors. Take your thumb off of the stem. Allow the plant to grow. Okay, allow it to happen. Stop stopping it. Okay, like just allow it to be. Okay, Spirit said to go on to the next card, and we have rites of passage. So there's some sort of mystery attached to this. Again, there's some sort of deception going on. This feels like someone else's energy. There's someone in your life who is taking advantage of you, and they may be pretending like they're sweet and innocent, but they know damn well what they're doing to you. They know exactly how to manipulate you, how to get what they want from you. And so they are pulling out all the stops, pulling every string to get you to do what they want. They are totally self-absorbed, totally doing everything they can, and they treat others this way, not just you, but you are really like a focal point for them now. They are really focusing on you and trying to deplete you of everything you have to take from you so that they can have it, because they really don't care about you. They pretend that they do, but they don't. They only care about themselves. So be really, really careful and cautious figure out who this is, do your best to cut them off. Again, that boundaries thing, you really, really, really need to watch out, because yeah, these cards really feel, these three cards feel linked. Okay, and that surprise that's coming, you might be surprised by that person, that makes you aware of what you've been doing to harm others. You hadn't meant to harm others, but you're harming them because of what you're doing for this vile person. Okay, they are a nasty piece of work. So be really, really, really careful of what you're doing. So try to pay attention to your actions and see, you know, am I giving so much? Am I doing so much for this person that I am neglecting others, that I'm harming others through my actions towards just catering to this narcissistic person who's just, honestly, they only care about themselves. They, you know, they'd use their own grandmother or whoever. They don't care as long as they benefit. They think they're the best thing in the world, and they are not by far. So be really, really careful with who you're dealing with this month, and try to eliminate the trash, okay? And allow better things to grow. There is light coming off of this plant. The light source in this picture is from that plant that you're cutting off and neglecting, and that needs to change, okay? So I hope this makes sense. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and best of luck.